Position.
I'm the faculty assistant for the School of Humanities. So I've been here for almost 2 years, 2 years in February. My main task is supporting the humanities events and anything that the faculty needs. I help with scheduling, I help with office space, basically anything that the chair or any of the faculty need. I think that in the nature of my position, I sort of have different periods of downtime. It's sort of peaks and valleys. There are times where it's crazy busy and I don't really get a chance to have lunch or take a break. And then there are also moments where it's quieter. And then I'm trying to plan for the next eventuality. So I think that it's sort of the nature of support positions like mine that there are things that people don't know that we do. I think that a lot of my job is improv. I think people think that everything is really well planned out, but so much of it is improvised just based on the nature of different situations. So my understanding is that when I hit submit on a work order, it goes on to, I know they have a person over there who checks to make sure that everything is handled. It goes directly to the department, and then they dispatch people to handle it. It's different with each one. So if it's a CTS work order, for example, CTS receives it, they find somebody who can come out and handle it or give somebody a call. Same thing with facilities. A lot of times with facilities in the Humanities Building, it's sent right to our custodial staff and they come right to my office. So the easiest way is to go on the Purchase website, and for me I go to faculty and staff and it has resources, and I click on the work order system. And once I go in there, I pick the category, CTS facilities. I think there are options for like capital planning, but I don't do a lot with that. I fill out the subject line, what the issue is. I try to be as specific as possible, and then I hit submit, and it disappears into the ether. I think the biggest issue from my perspective and with how I work with it is once I hit that button, it's gone. And you asked me about the process before. Do I know what happens exactly afterwards? I don't. And there are definitely cases where if I go back and I check on it, I don't necessarily know where in the stage of things the work order is. So sometimes it's unclear to me if things have been worked on, if they've already been completed, if I don't receive an email or some other follow-up communication. Having more of an idea of where things are in the process would be really helpful. There's a way to color code the different work orders to say if it's in progress, if it's been completed. I don't think that that's utilized as often as perhaps it should be. I also think it's always complicated when you send something via email or via an online system because you don't really know. I mean, having somebody follow up and say, we got it and we're working on it or something like that would be really helpful. So work orders can mean a bunch of different things. I once had the custodial staff come and say that there was blood on the wall in the bathroom. That was definitely unusual and something that I felt I had to handle right away. Swatches of paint, like in the bathrooms, that kind of thing. Nothing, no unicorns or anything. Not yet, anyway. I think it's a few things. Bureaucracy is always really tricky to sort of, fuddle through, and some of the technology can be tricky to handle. I love my colleagues. I have really great colleagues, which is nice, and the students are so great and creative and open, and it's a really great place to work. I think that with any job like this, you can plan things out in advance, but as soon as the human element is added, things change. As you sort of have to, no matter how much planning you do, there's always something that's going to change, something that's going to have to shift last minute. I think the humanities department is also just really rich and robust. There are a lot of amazing faculty, a lot of really talented students, and I think that especially in a school that's often looked at as an arts school, there are things within the humanities that are overlooked because we don't technically fit into the arts category. So that's what I'd say.
Assuming you're videotaping right now.
Yeah, that's...
What's up, guys? My name is Hindi. I'm eating my lobster sandwich. It's really good. Enjoy. Thanks.